Louisiana beer reviews. Sierra Nevada Big Little Thing IPA, Imperial IPA. From Chico, California and Mills River, North Carolina. This is 9% alcohol. I realized we did a friend of mine and myself, we did two duo reviews. We did an initial duo review and a follow-up, but I've never done a solo. Family owned, operated, and argued over. I felt so embarrassed because the other day, a little while back, we did a review of it was like a little special project video for Celebration IPA 2022, and I was saying Sierra Nevada got bought out, and people were saying, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed and shamed." That's right. They're still family owned, but I get scatterbrained, and I was thinking of Anchor, and that's a story there, huh? Anchor. All right, 9% alcohol. The bitterness units are not too high. 45. Introduced in 2020. The malts are Munich, Pale, and Two Row. They also add wheat. Tend to do that with these double IPAs. The hops are Cascade, Chinook, Crystal, and Idaho 7, Magnum, and Mosaic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different hops. Very good on Beer Advocate, 89 out of 100. 92 on Rate Beer, 92, but in the style, 81. So they say in the style, it's like marginally good. 75 on Untapped, which is very high for Untapped. Okay, so I'm excited about this. It's very overcast today, which will keep the heat down if it stays this way, but it's extremely humid. The humidity level is through the roof. It's just like you're in a steam bath, and it's just very kind of hard to deal with, especially when you're out walking. Now, if the sun does come out with this humidity level, it will rain. It'll develop storms. I don't know what that sound is back there. Some industrial equipment. All right. Hope they don't come this way and make noise. Off-white head here at 8:15 a.m. Orange appearance. Yeah, orange. So yeah, there was Anchor. I was thinking about Anchor. They were bought out and done out. Unless there's a sudden buyout again, second buyout to revive it, but seems hopeless. All right, that was the big topic of July 2023, the closure of the original craft brewing company in the United States, Anchor. It's pungent malt. I love Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, which they came out, that's their first one from 1980. The Celebration from 81, that's a great one if it's fresh. Didn't work out aged. I didn't think so at all, no. At all. Torpedo, which is a more recent addition. It's a wonderful product if fresh. Now this one at 9%, yeah, you could maybe get away with some age, but it doesn't have strong IBUs to start with, so it could be subject to a fade. All right. Smells good though, looks good, tastes. Strong. I think the 9% and being canned, it holds it together. I don't think they make bottles of this. May have it on draft. It's a strong, but it was never strong. From the other two times I tried, it was never strong in the bitterest sense. It's a mild bitter to balance out that high maltability, the high maltiness. And they talked about that on the website, how it's a lot of fermentables in here, and some of it's not going to all be, I think they said not going to all be fermented out, and it's going to be sugary. I can't see how people could drink something like this constantly, like on a regular basis. I just can't imagine it. I know I couldn't. I do enough of it with the reviews and everything. I just be broke down, torn up, couldn't handle it. 4.5%, 5. That's more in line with what I can deal with on a regular basis. Sometimes I'll go up to 5.9, buy a 30 pack of a 5.9 ice beer, but that gets a little much. I'm thinking, as a standby beer, it's tasty. I enjoy the flavor. It's well made. I'm talking about this ice beer, but it just gets next to you in your mind, in your head, get addle-brained. And then you'd be talking about somebody that got bought out and they didn't. but what I mean is just too much. But as a one beer here and then rest of the day go to the lower ABV, it's fine. It's fine. But I talk to people online and in real life, and they just consuming 9, 10, 11, 12s all the time. Regularly. That's their regular beers. And everything is this chocolate infused, donut infused, sugar this, sugar that, high caloric, everything. And they telling me, I gotta kind of start losing weight. I'm thinking, that will never happen because the beers you ingest are monstrously high calorie. And then you're going, I went to the buffet for lunch. And they're not just going to get a few little things, and then what we going to eat for supper? And this big breakfast with all these eggs and the bacon and the big biscuit and the butter and all this cheese. I don't know how they could, it's not sustainable. Here's sirens. This is not a healthy eating video, but I'm just referencing it in relation to this. I can't do it with the food. If I eat what you call a big meal, then I'm feeling like, ugh. Or run down. And same with the beers. This 12-ounce can is mighty fine. I can get it at Walmart. It's like $9.99. I think $10.99 for the 6-pack at Walmart. $10.49. It's not bad. The price is not bad. And you can get if you get the 12 packs, it's cheaper per ounce. But the 19.2 tall cans, those stovepipes for something like this, I did that with that tropical beer hug. And then it's like, well, I'll save the can till later, but then you don't save it because it's going to go flat and it's like an in-between thing size, and say, I'll drink the whole can, and then you're in some other world, mentally, cognitively, and then in my case, later on, I just feel sick, like I got medicated. And you say, that's hungover. It's not that feeling. Then you just feel sick, like, ugh. I did that. I had that Four Loko experience a couple of times, especially with that black Four Loko black with the black lime flavor. Wow, that was a bad day at work. But I'm just talking about these things in a tall can. You just feel like somebody gave you medicine, like you've been drugged, and I don't like these. It's not a good feeling to me. But yeah, you see the people that's doing these all the time, they seem, like I'm saying, they seem done out. Like, I talk to them online, I'm like, you all right? Yeah, and a lot of them, they involved in certain non-liquid refreshment, if you know what I mean, and no. Now, sweetness here, it's not that high. Whatever the website's saying, it's not that high. It's like 2, maybe 2.5 out of 5 sugar cubes, but I don't find it's too sweet. Bitterness, 2.5 out of 5 hop cones. I would rather, if it's at 9, to be a 90 IBU. That's my preference. I like that it's not all, it's clear, it looks nice, pretty, it's not like like you got cataracts looking through it. Body's high medium. Finish is mostly dry. it's got enough bitterness that's coming across the tongue, like, here I am, ready to play, ready to do it, ready to interact with the other ingredients and all. So it works together. The Little Things series, well, mostly I wasn't totally thrilled with it, to tell you the truth. Some of them I haven't even tried yet. I thought they were nice. They were nice, but I wasn't overjoyed by them or amazed by any of them. I just said, So, and they're all right, But this one is probably the best of the bunch. I think this one really is in the most excellent range, in a solid A area. In low amounts of consumption, okay? This is the kind of beer, I think, the more you drink it, unless you were totally caught up in chemical dependence, which is a terrible situation. But I think it's the kind of thing that the enjoyment level would drop rather quickly if you kept consuming it. It'd just be too much. I gotta say, I'm gonna jump it up to 3.5 out of 5 hop cones because this is building. I didn't expect it. It's 45 bitterness units out of 100, but it does seem higher. So that's impressive. So I think it deserves 94 out of 100, 9.4 out of 10. Most excellent, and the price is most excellent. Really, get the 6-packs. You're not stuck with a 4-pack of pint cans for some exorbitant price. And my experience with those is definitely not too favorable to a large extent. I'm paying all kind of money for these things, and I usually get aggravated, like I feel like I wasted my money. But this one I certainly did not. So Les Bon Ton Relais, a most excellent product. Sorry, I apologize to Sierra Nevada for, it wasn't even a venial sin, it wasn't like I was just being a smart aleck and I said they got bought out. It was a mistake, an honest mistake. But I am sorry for saying that because I was wrong, and I was just, like I said, I get scatterbrained. Especially if I'm over at my friend's house or he's over here and we're doing, let's try this, and then, now let's review this, and let's review that, and then it builds up, and then that would lend to the situation of scatterbrainedness, right? Y'all go to California or North Carolina and take a brewery tour.